Hello, everybody. It's meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Thanks for joining me. We're going to talk about our weather this week that's going to take a turn. Now, we have some enjoyable weather coming up too, but unsettled weather from here to the Central Plains and the Rocky Mountains means stormy weather and a more active pattern. Details are coming up right now. But first, my friends at Robert Gibb & Sons want to pat first responders on the back with up to $400 off the installation of a system. Call Robert Gibb & Sons today, first responders, to find out more details about this special deal for you, and thank you for your service to our community. Robert Gibb & Sons, over 110 years of service to our area. Give them a call and let them know that Hutch sent you. All right, here's what we're watching for as we go through the evening hours tonight, as we have some weather that's going to be making its way in around the region. But first, let's take a look at what's going on with regards to our temperatures right now. Still looking pretty swell out there. Here's a look across the nation. 70s in the Gulf Coast. Here's the cool pool of air, northern parts of the Great Lakes region. So the Arrowhead of Minnesota that you see in pink there, that's where the coolest pool of air is in our area. Now, as we take a look in the Red River Valley, 45 Fargo, 45 for Grand Forks, 43 Jamestown, and looking out to the west. Hey, Deb, good to have you on board on the old YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you're out there on the YouTube channel. It really does help Hutch out a great deal. Now, taking a look elsewhere at temperatures, we do have 54 degrees up there in that Williston area. How about Glendive? 63 gorgeous degrees right now. As we take a look at the radar across our region for tonight, things are high, they're dry, and mighty quiet across the area. And this basically extends all the way through the entirety of the northern plains. We have to go all the way out to the east coast before we see anything of significance. Well, we do have some snow showers pushing its way into the Toronto area. Portions of New York showing the chance for some snow. Very wet weather moving out towards St. John's in the eastern reaches of Maine. That's it. But this is all going to change. We have a low pressure center way out there in parts of the Aleutian Island chain. And as we take a look at the satellite loop here, let me go ahead and pull that up for you. We definitely do have some pretty interesting weather that is about to take hold. So what you're looking at here is water vapor imagery. Water vapor is moisture that's in the atmosphere, but it's a gas and it travels exactly with the atmospheric winds. So that means we can really get a feel for the upper level pattern as it makes its way across North America. Big time storm system just off the Pacific, and it's going to make its way into the Rocky Mountains and present some unsettled weather. Here's how that is going to look now with some model guidance as we go through the upcoming couple of days. Pretty quiet weather going on right now across most of the nation, with the exception of what's going on in the great northeastern part of the nation. As we go through your day on your hump day, Wednesday, looking very good out there for another beautiful day. We'll be warming up in the Dakotas and eastern Montana, Minnesota also, getting out of the 20s and 30s after a couple of wet weather days. Now, as we go through, look at this, as we head through the evening hours, we're going to start to see snow spread across the Glacier National Park area to the mountains of western Montana and northern Idaho. This is the development of a low pressure center that will focus and kind of stay put right here. As we go into Thursday, notice this, Thursday at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we'll have some rain showers and snow in the high country of southeast Montana. And it could be heavy where you see those gray colors there. Very quiet in the plains, but that too will be changing. Now, as we go through the day from 4 to 5 in the morning through around 10 a.m., so mid-morning showers of rain push into the Red River Valley here. And when that happens, we'll get a chance for some soggy doggy weather as we go through it. So areas of showers mid-morning through the early afternoon hours. And again, if you have a question, don't be afraid to drop a comment in Hutch's broadcast here, right here on the YouTube channel. And thanks to all of you who have taken the time to, to go ahead and support me on my Facebook page as well. Dan says, going on. Let's see. Oh, it says Too Tall used to be my favorite until I met, well, Dylan, thank you for the kind words. Too Tall is a great meteorologist, and I love his excitement about the weather as well. Greg, hey, Hutch, good to see you on board. Thanks for watching. Okay, check this out. This is mid-morning, and we do have some showers of snow, Devil's Lake, all the way out into the Sheridan County area, Wells County, down into the capital city. Now, not all of this will be snow, but some of it could quickly change over to snow as this system works its way through. And as we go into the midday, we think that usually this changes over to be more rain as we head into the peak heating time of the day. So heading into your Thursday, that's what happens. The snow showers do disappear. We could have some brief flakes mixing in, and I don't expect or anticipate in our area much in the way of any significant snowfall. I will show you the graphics on this momentarily, but if you do have a question about your particular area, drop me a comment and let me know. Howdy, Rita. Good to see you out there in Fargo, but used to be in Bemidji. Welcome to the FM area. For the night, we're looking pretty quiet out there. Just went out to have a little bit of a snack, some ice cream, and it's good enough for ice cream anytime. Now, here's what's going on. This is, again, Thursday, wet weather. So that means we have one whole day of quiet weather here before things change. On Thursday, this low pressure system is going to move out into portions of the Central Plains and bring the risk for some severe weather. And all modes of severe weather will be possible. Do you see this? Southern Minnesota and Iowa area, Sioux Falls, all the way into northern parts of Nebraska. That onset of severe weather could bring all modes of severe weather. We're talking a risk for some tornadoes, some large hail, some damaging straight line winds with this low pressure system, but more really evident here is a widespread area of snow. The elevated terrain, it's more likely to happen there in Montana, western Wyoming, even the Bighorn Mountains of northern parts of Wyoming. But we get into the Black Hills and the plains of South Dakota. This model showing some pretty hefty snowfall potential with this particular system. Fran, good to have you on board as well. So as this system works its way through on Thursday, there is a risk for some severe weather, and I will point out to you what the Storm Prediction Center has for that Thursday risk. Let's go to that right now. So if you happen to live in any one of these areas or you have relatives that do, tell them about good old Hutch here. Pass the word, maybe tag them in this broadcast and let them know that we'll keep you up to date with the very latest. So everywhere from Des Moines and all the way north towards Sioux City, Iowa, all the way up towards Mason City, Cedar Rapids, the yellow area is a slight risk of severe weather. Now, it doesn't mean that we're going to see widespread thunderstorms that'll be severe everywhere, but we will have all modes of severe weather possible, including that tornado risk. So keep that in mind. And we'll show you a few of those parameters when we get back to the model data. But you can see that this is for Thursday, not for Tuesday. I should turn that timeline off there. Okay, so day 3 is Thursday. Severe weather starting in central Nebraska, pushing its way into the Missouri River Valley here as we head into Des Moines and off in toward the eastern parts of Iowa near Burlington and out into the western reaches of Illinois. Now, where you see the green, by the way, that's a marginal risk. A couple of storms just might flirt with severe levels, but we're not anticipating a lot of it, and we're not anticipating widespread severe weather. So let's take a look at some of the model output with regard to rainfall potential with this system coming our way as we head towards Thursday and Thursday night. Now, the model I just showed you had some pretty wet weather. So as we take a look at a closer view here of our region, we can really dial into a couple different models renditions. And we'll notice when we're looking at the precipitation amounts, not necessarily snow amounts first. Let's go with this model here. And I'll back up just one model run here. Change this over to the total amount of precipitation, and here we go. Shazam, as this system works its way through. Whoopsies, I think I need to, there we go. Okay, so now as this model goes its way through, Thursday the rain sets in from the west and works its way east. This particular model says, wow, we all get mist here. That's not what the last model looked like. So let's take a look at one other model. I want to take a look at the European model just as a baseline for this particular system, and it does have some precipitation here. Notice the digits here are 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch. So the rainfall potential with this will not necessarily be huge, according to this European model here. Now, when we take a look at one other model that I like that's been doing fairly well in this transitional season, and as we get into that Thursday time frame, it is putting out a little bit better chance of precipitation as this system works its way across the central Dakotas with a narrow band of heavier rain. And I think that's what this is going to do with this system. In a narrow band, we're going to see some of you get upwards of 1/2 of an inch of liquid equivalent moisture with this system. But what about snowfall? So as we take a look at that, and we will visit some of you in the Rocky Mountains to show you as well what we could be seeing there with regards to snowfall. But this particular system in the mountains will be a snowmaker. For us, this model does say on the edge of the storm system, and because it will be happening early in the morning on your Thursday out in western North Dakota, a few of you may be counting your moisture as flakes of snow, but that's okay. We need the moisture. We'll take it. And our ½ to 1.5 inches of liquid equivalent moisture over the last week in this area has gone a long way toward bringing a lot of smiles to folks' face. Now, as we take a look at the Rocky Mountains and beyond, let's go back to the European model with regards to snowfall with this system working its way through. What we're going to look at is the mountains of Montana and Wyoming here. And as we put this into motion, what you will notice with regards to the snowfall potential is, whoopsies, let's go ahead and add this up as it goes along here. It begins up north. Coming out of Calgary, the system dives straight south and brings very heavy snow to the mountains of southern Montana and northwestern parts of Wyoming. So the Yellowstone Park area, as you look into the Bitterroots and on down south in towards the Tetons there in western Wyoming. So some pretty significant snowfall potential. This goes all the way into Colorado, and the western slopes of the Rocky Mountains there could be in order for a good 6 to 10 inches of snow in many locations. And of course, those peaks could see even more snow than this. So that's a look at that particular area. Now, this gets us all the way in through the next few days here on in towards Sunday. So that system will continue to deliver snow into Colorado until about Friday night and Saturday before it finally exits. So that's a look at the snowfall potential from this particular system. Now, there will be a risk of severe weather on the Central Plains as this system works out of the Rockies and into the Central Plains. Thursday, we showed you the Iowa risk. Let me show you what I'm watching for a little bit farther on, and let's go dive into the Central Plains for this quick analysis here. So as we look into the Kansas region here, and let's go back to the future radar and the hour-by-hour prognostication by this here European model. And what we're going to see is the mountain snow in Wyoming and Colorado developing, moving its way through. And as it does so, here we go. Strong thunderstorms on Friday will extend from parts of Missouri right through Oklahoma. These could be downright nasty storms as we work our way through, and they will work their way into the weekend on Saturday. Now, we're not done yet because here comes the low pressure system working its way through, and it develops and brings another round of strong to severe thunderstorms as we go into Sunday, all the way from southern reaches of Iowa straight down into the Gulf Coast. So wild weather is going to be a part of the forecast as we go through the Central Plains as we go into the weekend. But for us here in the Northern Valley, here's what you can anticipate. Hey, Michael, thanks for joining me. 4 to 8 minutes delay for Facebook notifying me of when this live goes live. So maybe Hutch should send out a notification. I do appreciate your feedback. And if you have ideas that could help Hutch make sure we let people know a little bit earlier, I'll do that. But for now, again, I appreciate your feedback nonetheless. All right, for tonight, temperatures won't be as cold. We were down in the 20s this morning, 38 degrees in Fargo and Grand Forks, wind southeasterly. Look at the 40s out to the west. The coolest weather first thing in the morning will be across central and eastern Minnesota. We'll be in the 20s in most of those locations. 6:37 your time of sunrise. Okay, look at the warmth. South winds will be the gustiest in central part of the Dakotas. We are going to see some 70s to 80s. Pierre 82, 81 as we go down south and towards Rapid City, closer to 80 degrees. Bismarck, a solid 75-degree afternoon for you. Heading up to Minot, 60 degrees there. So there's a little bit of a cool down on the backside of this system as it works its way in. But for us, warming it up into the mid-60s, which is above average for this time of the year, and an excellent way to get going. Hi, good to see you on there from the Bismarck area, Miriam, and I appreciate you watching as often as you do. Thank you so much for trusting Hutch with your weather. Hope you enjoy those 75-degree temperatures as we go into your afternoon. The wind will be less strong as we go out into Minnesota, so that's going to be the area that will have south-southeast winds that'll be around 15 miles per hour. Okay, 7-day planner. I talked about the clouds and the showers that'll make their way through. I put showers here because I'm expecting rain in Fargo with temperatures above freezing. But for those of you out in the west, there is a chance of a flake or two mixing in like one of the models did show us. Then after that, temperatures do take a setback with north wind cooling us off on a Friday. The weekend, though, looks fantastic. After Good Friday, we're looking at 58 degrees on Saturday. Easter Sunday, 61 degrees. Beautiful weather as we head through your weekend. And then next week, watching a system that will be mainly, it keeps getting pushed off. this storm system that was going to spread its way into our area on Sunday takes a more easterly track toward the Twin Cities, as you saw in that last model. So for us, we'll have a trailing system coming in as we go Monday and into Tuesday that will bring warmth on Monday, but then on Tuesday, it looks like another shot of some much needed rain to the area as well. So that's a look at that. Oh, thank you very much, Michael. And I appreciate you saying thanks to my good friend Joe, who puts together the website. And I got to tell you what, on hutchesweather.com, it's a great place for you also to catch up with Hutch's latest. So this puppy here does show when I'm live right at the top of the page. You can click on that and watch this very broadcast right here on my streaming channel, the live stream. And I do want to take time here to pass along a note from my friends at KAJ Hospitality. You know, this Easter, which is coming up here in just a couple of days, they have a couple of hotels here in the Fargo area that are doing an Easter brunch. So make sure you check them out. The DoubleTree in West Fargo, you can reserve your Easter brunch tickets today. It's a great and fantastic way to, you know, celebrate Easter Sunday with your family. And, you know, it's always fun to just see the spread, see the people all dressed up and celebrating the rise of Jesus. So it's just a wonderful thing. You can press on this button here on hutchesweather.com to find out more information about what's going on at KAJ Hospitality, or give them a call over there at the DoubleTree in West Fargo. I do believe the Hilton Garden Inn, also KAJ property here, is also having an event going on for Easter Sunday brunch. So do take advantage of that. I'll have more information on my page here in just a little bit. Thanks to all of you who have uploaded photos. Check some of these dandies out here. And again, I invite you as we go through this nice warm up here to share your photos like the ones that came in today of the wildlife out there just returning to the area, having a lot of fun. Stacy says in Burgess, this Canadian goose is protecting the nest from the light rain. And a lot of photos of the wildlife, including these swans out here in the Detroit Lakes area. Thanks so much, Julia, for sharing a beautiful pair out in the area. And look at this guy, a grackle. But boy, do they have some fancy color out there. Comstock, Tiffany, thanks for sharing. Tiffany sharing this incredible sunset photo from Comstock, Minnesota as well. So keep them coming. They're beautiful photos. All right, that's a look at your forecast. And once again, I do want to remind you that as we head into the forecast period coming up, we do have some unsettled weather that will be coming our way. Thursday is the main event for us, and it will be rain here. Mid-morning looks to be the time it arrives in the eastern third of North Dakota, and most of us will see rain. A few of us could see a few flakes mixing in with very little in the way of accumulation. If there is, the best chance of that will be off to the west. Brenda, yum indeed. I just love a good Sunday brunch. Michael, thanks again. Appreciate all of you for watching. For now, I'm going to get back to enjoying some quiet time because I'm enjoying the quiet weather while it lasts, and I hope you do too. Thanks for watching Hutch's Weather, checking out hutchesweather.com. Thanks for following me on Facebook, and please hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Now over 7,000 folks are watching on that particular social platform. Thanks so very much. Have a wonderful evening.